Why does love sometimes feel scary even when it's safe, kind, and right in front of you? Why do we push away the very people who want to care for us, even when we desperately want connection? There's a hidden reason, and it's not what you think. Many of us are wired to push love away without even realizing it. We crave connection, yet when someone shows up fully, we pull back. We sabotage relationships, ghost people emotionally, or convince ourselves they're not right for us. And the painful part is that we often feel guilty about it afterward, wondering why we can't just accept what's good. Think about your past relationships. Did you notice a pattern where the good ones felt hard to keep? Where you'd pick fights, find reasons to leave, or just emotionally distance yourself when things started going well? You're not alone. This happens because of what psychologists call attachment patterns, formed in childhood. And often, these patterns come from the family system we grew up in. If you grew up in a family where love came with conditions where approval was only given if you behaved a certain way, or affection was tied to your achievements, you learned early on that love is dangerous. Loving fully or being loved fully might have felt risky, because in those systems, getting too close could mean disappointment, judgment, or even punishment. So when a partner shows up healthy, consistent, and present, your subconscious brain recognizes a pattern it doesn't know how to handle. It sees safety, but it also senses risk scans, risk triggers defense. That's why you might suddenly feel restless, scared, or emotionally blocked with someone who is genuinely good for you. There are a few ways this shows up in relationships. 1, fear of intimacy. You might feel anxious when someone gets close. Your mind might tell you, this is too much. I can't handle this. Even though your heart wants love, your nervous system remembers the old rules. Closeness equals danger. 2, self-sabotage. You might pick fights over nothing, criticize them silently, or withdraw emotionally. This is your subconscious testing the relationship, seeing if it will withstand rejection or disappointment. 3, idealization and disappointment loop sometimes. When someone is too good, your brain can't trust it. You start imagining all the ways they might fail, even if there's new available. For projection of family dynamics, many times, we unconsciously repeat patterns we saw at home. If your parents fought, avoided emotions, or withheld affection, you might subconsciously push away love to recreate that dynamic because it feels familiar even if painful. It's confusing because logic says, this person is good for me, but your nervous system doesn't follow logic. It reacts to old patterns and survival instincts. This is why even healthy relationships can feel unsafe. Pushing love away doesn't mean you don't want it. It often means you fear it. And fear can feel stronger than desire because it's tied to survival memories from childhood. Imagine this scenario. You meet someone who treats you with patience, respect, and consistency. You feel drawn to them, maybe even fall in love. But then, one day, instead of leaning in, you pull away. You might create distance, overthink, or start imagining flaws that don't exist. What's happening here is your brain responding to old rules. Rules like, I can't trust people, love comes with pain, or I have to protect myself. Even though nothing in the present relationship is threatening, your subconscious mind triggers defense. And the result, you sabotage the very thing you want most. This is a turning point, and it's important to notice it. Because the moment you become aware that fear not logic is driving your behavior, you can start to respond differently. Awareness is the first step toward breaking the cycle. So, what does this teach us about healthy love? First, the obstacles are rarely about the other person. The problem isn't amidst you navigating the unconscious rules you learned as a child. Second, pushing love away is a learned coping mechanism. It once protected you from pain, disappointment, or emotional chaos. But today, it often keeps you from what you really want: closeness, trust, and connection. Third, it highlights the invisible family patterns that shape us. Maybe your family taught that vulnerability is weakness, or that closeness equals conflict. These lessons stick with us even when we consciously reject them. Breaking this cycle requires compassion. You have to understand that your fear is real, valid, and a part of your history, but it also requires courage to lean into love. Despite the old patterns whispering, step back. Protect yourself. Here's the takeaway. Pushing love away isn't about being broken or unworthy. It's about being human. The key to opening up to healthy love is awareness, patience, and small steps. Notice when fear is driving you. Recognize the old family rules at play and practice responding differently. You don't have to leap into vulnerability all at once. You can start by simply noticing the impulse to withdraw and choosing connection instead. Over time, these small choices reshape your nervous system. They teach your brain that closeness is safe, that love can be steady, and that you don't have to repeat the old patterns. This is how transformation happens, not instantly, but gradually, deeply, and sustainably. Love doesn't have to be scary, but it does require you to confront your history, notice your patterns, and trust that you can be safe while being seen. That's the paradox. The very fear that makes you push love away is the same fear that, when understood, can lead you to your most authentic connections. If this hit home, watch the next video to learn how to stop self-sabotaging love before it starts.